That was good. That was really good. Jorrell, I swear to God, if you passed out, that'd be funny if you passed
N-
out. Okay, he didn't.
no, I'm here.
Okay.
Not sure why you assume that.
Okay, so let's give a quick thoughts on this episode, and then we're gonna do a spoiler review for the first two episodes because this is huge, dude. This is fucking wild. Um, just for now, just a little slight tease for episode two. Um, this was very emotional. This was very horrific and creepy as hell. I don't know how they achieved that, but they did. And to echo my friend Jorrell's sentiments, that at points we couldn't tell where was the CG and where was just it was just a practical effect, a practical setting. Um, I hope 20th Century Studios doesn't get bankrupt. Please don't, because this is beautiful and I fucking love this episode. Jorrell, thoughts?
So spoiler free?
Yeah, you could talk spoilers on this just a little bit for episode two, and then we're gonna go for the big enchilada for episodes one and two.
Okay, so spoiler 2, I'm saying spoilers?
Yes,
Or
yes,
does it matter?
go for
It
it.
doesn't matter. Okay. Um I don't really know because I'm not really sure where to go here. I guess I'm okay to talk spoilers somehow, but God, I don't really talk in this kind of format. Let me think. Spoilers. I mean, I love the episode. I definitely liked it more than episode 1. That's for sure, by like a lot. I enjoyed episode 2 better than episode 1 by a hell of a lot. Let me think. I don't know. I mean, opening minutes were really great. There definitely seemed to be a lot of practical effects. The emphasis on practical sets versus like all CGI sets is pretty fantastic. There's a lot of creature work with the xenomorph that I thought was fantastic. Like, for example, when I don't I'm spacing on his name, but when the black android dude, when he turns around and he's like, listen, I don't think you guys know what you're talking about. I'm not the issue here. And then he turns around and like the xenomorph busts out this like, this cocoon little prison and starts like killing everyone. Curiously ignores the android. I thought that was really interesting because in a way the xenomorph is just a straight killer.
Yes.
Period. I don't recall. I don't know that we've ever really seen a time in which like a xenomorph confronted an android and then like moved off. I thought that was really curious. I'm not sure what the fuck was going on there. Like, I'm not even really sure what that's supposed to mean because the xenomorph is really it's just a straightforward killer,
Yeah.
or it's trying to take you off to harvest like face hugger shit inside of you. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really curious. Like, what the hell was that supposed to mean? Like did the xenomorph like not kill him because like he's not human, and from that we're supposed to take that xenomorphs are only after like living creatures and not artificial beings. I don't know. I thought that was a very curious moment, but like you would think that the xenomorph would just like also rip him apart and just keep it moving. So that I thought that was anyway. Uh yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a really great episode. The whole brother sister moments, I thought was pretty great.
I got
Um
emotional, man. I got emotional. Like I did not expect a fucking alien TV show to get me
yeah,
emotional. Like that is I
I
that I can see in aliens, but like
yes. I'm a little bit confused why there's like we're seeing creature work and certain technologies. It's okay. Let me back up. So this show is like a prequel show. Am I like incorrect on that or what?
so this is where listen, FX. thank you for doing this show, but this is where I'm getting weird because at points they said that this is either right after episode 1, right after the first movie, or right after the
Correct.
second movie. Like
Correct.
which that makes sense because there's a lot of stuff that is echoes from the first movie.
So
Um,
it's a prequel thing.
so it's either like the way I'm looking at it right now, it's a parallel story happening as those two movies are happening. Because again, those stories
Alien and
are in
Aliens?
Alien, yeah. Because remember, those stories are in they're in space. They went to another colony. At that point, we never really like honed in back on Earth, as far as I know.
Oh my
Uh,
god, this is so
like
convoluted.
I
So wait,
know,
so you're saying that this show takes place in between Alien and Aliens?
I think so, and it's happened probably. I think around this Rex. I think as soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna start doing some research. So
Well,
into
I guess let me just like so the show is a prequel. Is that like fair to say?
I think in some elements, yes. In some elements, it's a sequel. It's weird, man. It's fucking weird.
Well, I say it like this because there's technologies and there's creatures in this show that it feels odd that these things are existing in a prequel-esque universe because
Because it feels
we have not seen these elements at any other timeline. Like this weird thing that they captured the xenomorph in, like the black android dude.
yes,
You'll have to forgive me for spacing on names. I really don't give a fuck. Okay,
Morrow. That's his
to
name.
be blunt. Okay, we got early access to this episode just out of blue sky nowhere. Okay, you'll have to forgive me. I'm lit as fuck. Don't really care, baby. But anyway, so like this black android dude, he like sprays down the xenomorph and like puts this like cocoon prison on him temporarily so he can like drag him around, and like this xenomorph is like basically in like a burlap sack, basically, right?
Yeah.
Which it can eventually claw its way out of. Curiously, it's like, wait, what? This technology has never been part of any other film or at any other live action, points in the Alien universe. That's just curious to me, like when Timothy Olafon is telling that dude to like, hey, I want you to watch this weird egg sack, hanging in from the ceiling while everyone else walks off. Like this weird sack thing. This was literally never a thing before, like in episode 1, there was like these two guys, God, and there's like this little creature that was just fucking them up. They're like tied to something on the ground or something. Like this thing, again, creatures never existed at any other part in the Alien universe. So it's just a little bit strange. I'm not saying it's a flaw per se, but it's just curious. It's curious.
It feels like the creatures and some of these weapons feel more akin to Prometheus than Alien. Like, and again, like when we see Morrow, the android who was like trying to like wrangle this xenomorph, he's all decked up in alien uniform, and when we spend time in his ship, the Magneto or Magnetism, whatever the fucking ship was called, it was very like straight up Nostromo style, like everything.
Sure.
The
beginning of this episode was like straight up like Nostromo sort of interior shots. A lot, and when I say like the intro, I'm talking about like maybe like the first, oh good god, maybe like the first like 2, 3, 4 minutes, somewhere
of episode 1. Yes.
I don't have the benefit of rewinding at the current time, but yeah, the opening minutes of this episode, it was astonishing. I was just like, is this all practical effects? What is going on? Like, the show is great. Again, I said this at some point during the episode, but like, I feel like this show is destined to be canceled because everything is just too good to be true. Like, good Lord. I don't know. And I'm hoping that I am wrong. But generally speaking, when a show comes across this way, and like it's been in TBA mode for so long as this show was, typically things like this just sadly just get canceled. I'm just gonna be like, blunt and out in front with it. I really hope that's not the case. Unfortunately, I'm going to say that this will be the case because there's just so much production value.
Yeah.
There's so many like rich ideas. There's so many lush visuals. The production design is fantastic. This character work is really intriguing. It just is sort of, as much as I would love to be like, oh yeah, sure, like it'll go viral and like people love it and like it'll go 5 seasons deep. Like unfortunately, I'm not getting that vibe at all. This just like screams something that is very, and very rarely, by the way, very quality esque, but just sadly, most people just aren't paying attention, or they're not even going to pay attention to the last moment, and it's just going to get yanked. And again, I can't stress this enough. Hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm just seeing things, but I just gotta call it as I see it. I mean, the amount of quality here is staggering, which is very bizarre because I felt like I mentioned this before, but I felt like the marketing and what we're actually given here are two very separate things.
Yeah. Yeah. To go off on that, because I think I think what you're, for anybody who's watching our review, it's a shell shock of like, this is too good to be true, but oh fuck, I hope it finds an audience. Oh fuck, that like I hope people seek it out. Which I think from now, from when we finish reviewing it to when you'll see eventually our reactions and coverage throughout the week of these strong premiere, is that I want to make sure and like and hit up FX, all social media, be like, yo, use our footage, use our stuff, whatever whatever you need. Let's get the word out because this show is that damn good, and it trickles down from Noah Hawley's writing to his crew. You can see their blood, sweat, and acid drips in almost every fucking frame of these 2 episodes. This astonishing premiere, and I mean, go down to the directing and the music, and then I mean the actors and actresses. Sydney Chandler as Wendy is so fucking good. It's heartbreaking watching her trying to like find herself, even though she keeps being told she's not human, and at the same time she's looking out for her sibling. And to me, it's that rejoice of like second life, but what does that entail in episode 1, and then what did that cost her, and then what does that mean now in episode 2 of like she finally meets CJ in person, and she wants to tell him so much, and yet like she knows like they're watching me, they're monitoring me, and I don't want to shock him with like information and whatnot, which is why I love the whole moments with CJ, who's being played by Alex Lothar, who's brilliant in Andor, um, questioning memories of like Christmas morning, we opened our presents. What did you say to me? And it was that acknowledgement. I think it was 2 questions or 3 questions, and then by the time she barely even finished answering the last one, he leaned in for a hug because he's like, all right, that's my sister, which was so earnest. So kudos to Sidney Chandler and Alex Lothar, and also to Samuel Blanken, who plays Boy Cavalier, the billionaire kid who runs Prodigy, the new industry company in the Alien universe, which is eating an apple like it's nothing. He's playing catch with himself. That philosophy conversation he had with Essie Davis, who plays Dame Sylvia, the lady who was like, we're meant to improve them and whatnot. And he'd be like, no, I just want to have a conversation with someone who's smarter than me. Money doesn't matter. See, I want to climb Mount Everest and have a good fucking conversation once that's not boring. That scene was so juicy. And again, it goes back to even his presenting scenes in the first episode of like reading them Peter Pan, and then just being in control and watching everything, making sure that they even when it came to wailing to Yutani, be like, she can fuck off for all I care. Ship landed in my company, in my territory. It's mine now. And then even again, I love that we had a moment for corporate monopoly in the fucking Alien TV show. And I think another standout that hit for us was what Timothy Olafon is doing as Kirsch, the android. Dude, I've never seen him like this. I am so happy he got this role because it is just a new twist on him just standing and observing people, listening,
Sure.
and
I
like
will say, I don't. I, I mean, look, I love Timothy Oliphant. He's fantastic. I think the first time I ever saw him as an actor was in The Girl Next Door with him and Emily Hirsch. I don't know what year this movie was released. Maybe 2004. I don't remember. You'll have to forgive me, but regardless, I love that film. It's like I don't know, like a romantic, maybe like teen comedy or something like that. Phenomenal film, but yeah, or at least one of my favorite films, anyways. Great soundtrack too, by the way. But yeah, I love Timothy Oliphant. I feel like anybody could have played his role if I'm just keeping it 100. I mean, he's fine. I think like literally anyone could have played his role, at least so far. Anyway, he's not
I
like
don't know,
doing.
man. He
He's
had
not.
that
He's not.
spark, man.
He's not really doing much. If I'm like being blunt, he's not doing much. But again, I don't. I'm not. I'm not necessarily like complaining per se, but at the same time, like you know, I I've watched my boy watched my boy over the years. Shout out to him being in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, by the way, with Tarantino. I
Jeff
think he's
Stacy.
in. I think he's in the unfortunate Fincher continuation, but I really like the actor though. He's fantastic. He's not really doing anything like out of the fucking ordinary here in this show, at least so far. I feel like again, really anybody could have played this nigga, um, but it's cool that he's there. You know, I like him. Um, but he almost kind of feels like he was casted just to like pull viewers. But I mean, I guess shout out to him either way. He's a phenomenal actor. He's really great, regardless.
I've loved his moments, like even his introduction scene where he's talking to young Wendy. I forget her name, what she was, her name before, about the creature, about the the little bugger, and how like about what it means to be trapped in a glass box, and what if I do an act that you're trying to protect me, and another in front of his does the exact same thing to protect him, and then you go to the discussion of like you can be who you want to be, and like why are we treating her like she's a human, and then cut to the notion of just like her hacking the thing, and just like can and the boy wonder being like can she do that, or did we put it, and he just being like these people are stupid, just as always humans. And then again, that last remark when Wendy talks to him, like, we found them. He's like, I don't care about that. Go
Sure.
find the animals. We got shit. This is on my watch. They're gonna blame me. Go get the shit done. I love that suave like maneuver of all those moments. Even him observing that creature with him, be like, just stay here. I gotta go figure out this stuff because I'm in charge. And you can almost even see it,
Yeah.
like he doesn't want to do this shit, but he's like, all right, I guess I got to do it. Um,
Sure.
I love that development with him and whatnot. And even
The
the,
episode.
the actors
That,
playing the kids and how they're
sure.
maneuvering stuff, like that was so fascinating seeing them being like trying to handle stuff while still being kids, because it's a mind fuck of like, oh yeah, these are 12-year-olds who are in their 20-year-old bodies. It's fascinating.
Correct. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Like I'm literally responding to you about this like as the episode just ended.
Yeah.
And to be blunt, I think I mentioned this before, but either way, I don't know if you heard this or not. And I'm talking to whoever's hearing this. I'm not talking to Ronin, but I've been talking shit about this show for a very long time. A lot of you might not realize, like, Alien Earth has been TBA for a excruciating long time.
Mm-hmm.
To be announced, if you're confused, it's been TBA for a long time. To be blunt, I never thought that this show was ever going to happen. to be blunt. Okay, been TBA for a long fucking time. And sure as fuck was not anticipating something of something so expansive, something so of such quality. Like when they were in that shaft in that building, and they were like jumping from one section of this building to the other because there's this huge drop off in the middle. And they're like, "Oh, hey, buddy, yeah, now it's your turn." And like one of them almost died and like fell off, right? So like homie from the End of the World. What's his character name from the End of the World TV show? He's
CJ, yeah, Wendy's brother, yeah.
CJ. Okay, so CJ's about to go jump, but this dumbass. Not only does he not jump in time, there's a xenomorph coming, and this like a dumb fuck just decides to just stare at this xenomorph as it's coming, which is taking his time, by the way. It's like, hey, dumb fuck, how about you just jump? Okay, like there's thought, just jump immediately, bro. Dumbass, absolute dumbass. Can't believe that even happened.
I love the horror in the episode. Like again, the moment that got us both was the statue moment where we're like, what the fuck? We thought that was a statue, and it's just like it's the fucking xenomorph, and like kudos.
Yeah, which character was that behind? Was that the same character?
No,
or someone else.
So it was behind his friend who was the security guy, who they were trying to get the fancy guy who closed on them. Like, we're having a party, so fuck off. And the guy's like, dude, a ship is in your building, which is funny as hell. And it's just like, again, it's a weird. I fucking love this premiere because they handled emotion, humor, wittiness, and fucking horror, man. The fucking multiple times. You just, I mean, for folks who are watching this and are watching our reactions, the multiple times we're just like this. And just hearing Jorrell going like, "Get the fuck out of there! Like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot?"
Well, I thought this in the first episode, but honestly, okay. So let me back up. So, Aliens vs Predator is a very old concept for you youngins listening to this. And as a matter of fact, the Alien vs Predator comics, okay. These are very old. I mean, I think they date back to like the early 90s or something.
Yes.
These are very, very old concepts for you these Gen Z bastards who run around. Honestly, you could probably accomplish Aliens vs Predator in a TV show format similar to its quality if you want to, which is not something that was said before, but I think you could do it. Hopefully they achieve Aliens vs Predator cinematically in cinemas, in theaters, but you could do it in like a show esque way, like Alien Earth. I love Aliens vs Predator. I think it's sort of the it's like the nexus point. It's sort of like it's the place to get to when you're going through a lot of Predator and Alien stories. It's just it's so fantastic. You're seeing these two cultures, literal two different cultures, sort of clash together. It's really fantastic. I've always loved the concept of Aliens and Predator. I love the concept more than Godzilla versus King Kong, and Godzilla versus King Kong is a very old concept. Is not a new concept by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, I could see it happening in like a show context. They probably won't do that. They probably will just do it cinematically. But I would not be. Listen, if it was on this quality of this show, I would not mind an Alien vs Predator concept happening in a TV show. Personally,
I agree.
We probably get more time. Shit,
Yeah. To wrap things up, my final thoughts is that it's a fucking amazing premiere. One of the best TV premieres, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Has a great 1-2 punch, and there's gonna be a lot of conversations the night this shit hits the fan, when the acid hits the fan. And a lot of Alien fans and a lot of TV fans, and a lot of both of them are going to be talking a lot of what this means and what this brings in as just a television series and also part of a franchise that's as old since the 1979. So, final thoughts that I loved the premiere. I really liked episode one, but there was just something about this episode, man, that just had it was everything. It was just an orchestra of just like horror, fucking gore, heart, emotion, a moment of laughter, a moment of just us being engaged to the fucking screen, and I love that. I'm gonna go A plus, uh, 10 out of 10. Like I'm one like look at it now. I'm like I'm kind of glad it's dropping in the same day because there's lots to dig into and it has a great ending of like, all right, that's the story we're going forward now. But yeah, that's my thoughts on episodes 1 and 2 of Alien Earth starred premiere.
Yeah, I would give. I think I probably give like episode one, probably like an 8 out of 10. Episode two probably give it like a 9 out of 10. I don't think I could give either a 10 out of 10. That's fucking pushing it. But yeah, no, I give episode one like 8 out of 10. Maybe episode two a 9 out of 10. This feels fair to me. I would definitely say that episode two was better than episode one. But there's a lot of great emotionality in episode two. There's a lot of great action. There's definitely better visuals, I thought, at least anyway. More intrigue. Like I'm dying to see episode two. Like I wanted to see it, or I wanted to see episode two, but I'm dying to see episode three. I don't know. I feel like if you're a fan of the Alien universe, this is just a must watch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel,
Mm-hmm.
but I really, not to beat a dead horse, but I really got that fear that this show is gonna get canceled. It's very difficult to imagine that the show garners the viewership to warrant a season 2 or beyond. And maybe I'm dead wrong, but I don't. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't see it. I'll do as much as I can to, let people know, alert people. Like, I think this is fantastic. You should check it out, especially if you love Alien. Oh my God. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just drop everything and watch it. But I don't know, man. I got a bad feeling.
If this story ends with this season of television and that's it, and they don't lead off too much more, if they can close it off in one season, I'm happy with that.
There's. I mean, I will say I have not read into Noah's thoughts. He's the main writer, showrunner.
Yes,
right?
the showrunner. Yeah, he created it.
Okay, so I have not looked into his thoughts. I have not looked into any interviews. I have no idea what his plans are. Do you know? Do you know what his plans are for the show?
I've also been avoiding it, but now that we've seen the first episodes, I'm gonna go now and look at a little bit of the interviews and stuff, and hopefully they don't spoil too much. But from what I got of being at Comic-Con at the panel, he really wasn't seeking to start a big cinematic universe and stuff like that. Like even when they asked him about what about Alien and Predator, he's like, that'd be a fun thing to do. And he even gave a shout out to Dran Trashberg and be like, hey man, I'm digging what he's doing with Predator and whatnot, but we're doing our own thing.
Okay, but what about future seasons? Okay, what about even just a season 2? Have you heard anything about that?
Haven't heard anything about that. Which at this point, I'll take that as a good thing because I'm like, I don't want us to get halfway through the season and they announce season 2 has been greenlit, and it's just like, well, the stakes are now have lowered because I don't know if these characters that I care about now are if they're gonna live or they're gonna die. Like I don't know.
How many episodes are in this season? Do you know?
I think they're 8. I could be wrong.
I find it very difficult to believe that Noah envisioned this season and not any further seasons. I would find it very hard to believe. Very hard to believe.
We'll see. We'll see.
This feels like something that he was passionate about. No,
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
One season, my ass, Noah, my ass. You pour fuck it. I'm just gonna talk to you directly, Noah. You clearly put a lot of passion into this. One season and that's it. Bullshit. My ass. Clearly, you must have at the very least would hope for like a season 2 or season 3. Come on. One season, I'm not buying that.
Mr. Hawley, if you ever watched this, well done. Well done to your crew and your cast. You've made, in my opinion, with just these 2 episodes, you've made Ridley Scott and James Cameron proud. Now, all I ask is just please stick the landing. Just stick the landing, no pun intended, to what happens in the show. Just stick the landing. And then I will happily buy this on Blu-ray. I will happily, like, if they're showing an episode in the movie theater, I will happily pay money to go see an episode in the theater. Well done. Well done. And you know what? I'm going to drop it now. They're like, folks, if you enjoyed our reviews, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the enthusiasm, check out our coverage on our respective channels. And I'm going to attempt to hit up a bunch of fellow creators who are also Alien fans, old or new, and we're going to see if I could try to muster out a weekly podcast stream talking about the most recent episodes, so we can like dive into it more deeper, see if anybody didn't like it, liked it, and hear anybody's points of views and thoughts, if they have a favorite character moment, and what this means for the universe of Alien. And I think that'd be an interesting project to do as the show drops new episodes each week. So if you're interested in that, let us know. Let us know in the comments and below. Like the video, share the enthusiasm, and as always, have a good one. And no one can hear you scream anywhere. Take care, everybody.